impressed.
A special release that's actually well priced, and you can
Who'da thunk it?
maybe find if you put in the most minimal amount of legwork. Not bad.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are looking super studious in our spectacles today as we get into this blind sample that we have drawn at random from our Pours Unknown sample pool, full of bourbons and ryes, most of which we have zero familiarity with or very limited familiarity with.
Yep.
But we're going to smell it, taste it, rate it. Then we're going to see what the price is and see if that changes our ratings. Before we find out what we're drinking, we use a blind key to help us pull this off. I'll put an example of what that looks like in the video description below because we get a lot of questions about that and how we pull that off. So it's down there if you want to check it out. Down there, you'll also find a link to our merch if you want to get some of our shirts, glassware, all that sort of stuff. We've got an online shop. And if you want to join our Patreon, you can do that down there as well. That's how you can get plugged into our community. We love to help each other, find bottles, share samples. That's how you can get our barrel picks. We do all that stuff through Patreon down there. And yeah, this is going to be a fun one today. We taste blind like this to remove all the bias, the labels and the hype and the price tag. We want to give you honest opinions. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
So like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content.
What
are you getting on the nose here?
So in a previous Pours Unknown that we did just a few weeks ago, we talked about old library books.
Yeah.
I'm getting that vibe on this nose. Like an old book that hasn't been opened in a while. And when you open it, there's this particular smell.
Yeah, like a dust and dry.
Yeah, it's not
leather paper.
Yeah, it's the paper, like aging paper.
Parchment.
Has a smell to it, I think, that it's not musty, it's not dusty, it's stale paper.
Call it parchment. It sounds better.
Okay, it's stale parchment.
No.
But no, it is.
Parchment.
It's like it's aged parchment. How about that?
Yeah.
Is that better for you, bougie boy?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
But it does have a little bit of sweet oak to back that.
Yeah.
And that the way that the oak is coming across in balance with that parchmenty note, that old book note, is really quite pleasant on the nose.
It's not a bad smell. I was just trying to get specific because that's the image that popped into my mind when I smelled this.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it smells bourbony, caramel, vanilla, oak. That's on there as well. Well, we just talked about the oak, but caramel and vanilla, but they're low dose. They're behind the oak. They're behind the old book notes. Yeah, and I can even get like a little bit of like a fruit sweetness on here that reminds me of the color red, but I don't know.
Like red number 5.
I don't know what fruit it is. I don't think red number 5 has a smell. I think it just causes problems in people's bodies.
I think it's yellow number 5. Technically,
I think it's Mambo number 5.
Oh.
Anyways, let's get into the palate here. I was going to say the nose. We just did that.
Okay.
Cheers.
I need another sip.
Go ahead and get it. Wow, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it's dissimilar from the nose. A lot of the same stuff carries over. It's just different intensities of the same flavors.
Yeah.
I'm getting more of the fruit.
I'm getting more sweetness.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, I almost don't want to say this, but I got a hint of celery juice. Like initially when I first tasted it, that's what I got. I was a little confused. Like undercurrent.
Okay.
Maybe it's a freshness.
Okay, yeah. I think there's a freshness in here. I hate celery.
I know you do. And that's why I almost didn't want to say it because I know that's going to be a very divisive comment that I just said because I'm sure some people will not like that I said that. But I just got to keep it real.
Could you meet me at like a slight undercurrent of herbaceousness? Can we get off the celery juice?
Yes.
And like go a little bit more towards herbaceousness?
Hold on. Before I speak, let me taste again.
Okay. Like, this is going to sound wild. Overall, this glass is, to me, quite enjoyable. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff in here that's very good.
Yes, I can agree with.
I would almost go with like and this is the background. Like this is 5 layers deep in this glass. You're getting that old book. You're getting the oak, the sweet oak. It's got a lot of sweet oak on it.
It's not a drying oak, which is so pleasant because so much
Yeah.
oak. Like for me, I get oak and it's like dry. This is like sweet.
Yeah, you're getting.
I like it.
After all that, you're getting the caramel and the vanilla, kind of adding these like dark, sweeter notes
Mm-hmm.
into the mix. And then underneath all that, there is a hint of basil.
No, not basil.
Oregano?
No. Herbaceous freshness.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's not a specific herb because basil
nice,
is
though.
not basil because basil is very pungent and I love basil, but it's not that. It's a freshness that you get from herbs.
Okay.
Can we
Like
agree?
an herb garden-y
Freshness.
herbaceousness.
Freshness. Yeah.
This is a very interesting pour.
Yeah. I would say it's got some levels to it, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest with you.
I think it's a bourbon.
You do?
I think so. You think it's a
Ooh.
rye?
I think it might be a rye.
It could be a rye for sure.
But I'm happy to be wrong with that.
It's just the sweetness in here is so bourbony sweet. But we've
It
had
is.
ryes that have tricked us.
It is, and we have, yeah. But
And
we've
then-
also had bourbons that have tricked us.
Yeah. And I will say that if I get herbaceousness, I'm almost always out. This is so faint in the background that it's just adding like this kind of real cool dimensionality to the glass.
Yeah, there's almost like a freshness, like a coolingness in like the back palate to me because of it, which I kind of dig.
If this is craft, this is really good craft. And if this is legacy,
What makes you think it's craft?
you just don't get all of this type of stuff in legacy stuff.
Oh, interesting.
It's a little, I was gonna say rowdy, but I don't even think that's right. Like
not
it's
rowdy.
well put together.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that herbaceousness doesn't really come across in a lot of legacy distillery
Okay.
stuff.
Interesting.
But I mean, it very well could be because it's so well crafted.
Yeah.
So
This is very interesting. I have a rating. Do you have a rating?
yeah, I think yeah,
Okay.
I do.
I'm
Thumbs
gonna
up.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up as well.
I like this.
I'm intrigued by this. I would like to have a bottle of this if it's not too expensive. If it is too expensive, we'll see. But I like what I'm drinking, so thumbs up.
Here's the thing. I'm thumbs up as well. I like this. I'd like to have a bottle if the price is right.
Yeah.
I'll change my rating if the price gets crazy. But what I will say is that we have over 300 bottles of whiskey in this house at this point.
I don't think we have anything that tastes like this.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, which is a remarkable feat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying it's a remarkable glass of whiskey. It's just a very enjoyable glass of whiskey for something a little different.
It's different and it does different well.
Yeah, it does. It does. All right, let's find out the price,
Okay.
see what we're drinking, and then we'll find out if that
Let's
changes our ratings
Do it.
before we find out what we're drinking. I don't even know if I said that right.
It's fine.
I'm so surprised
Oh.
by this glass.
Hurry
All right,
up.
Price,
You ready?
83.
$50. I'm here for it.
I'm thumbs up.
I'm saying thumbs up.
Here, I don't love it enough to go 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up means I gotta have it.
Yeah, I don't have to have it, but it's different enough and enjoyable enough, and the price is at a reasonable enough price point where I would feel confident adding it to my collection. So thumbs up.
Yeah.
I would like it. If I don't get it, I won't cry, but I would like it. So
Yeah, I'm with you. I almost like sometimes I say roasted coffee bean on that last sip right there. I could even get coffee grounds. Roasted coffee bean is like this kind of lighter note. It's kind of light and airy. Whereas once coffee's ground down, it's got this robustness to it. And this even has a little bit of that with the
Okay.
sweet oak on the finish.
okay.
All right, what are we drinking?
Oh, Chattanooga Founders 10th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Chattanooga is a craft distillery, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's 100 proof.
Yep. Wow,
And
very
this is-
flavorful.
Very flavorful for 100 proof. And this is thanks to Brian Miller and James Farley.
Yeah.
They both sent us samples.
Thank you guys. So
Yeah.
this was the 10th anniversary. They now have the 11th anniversary
Oh.
out. I don't think the 11th got as good reviews as the 10th.
Interesting. Do they still sell the 10th?
No,
It's out.
no, it
So
was
we
a
can't
one,
even
it was a
get-
one-time release.
Okay, so we can't even get it.
But for as good as this is, I would say that I would not be put off by buying the next
You would be willing to try
anniversary
it.
from Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Even though I know the 11th didn't get as good reviews, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is like Chattanooga whiskey 3-year-old blended with, I think, 13-year MGP.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because Chattanooga started their distillery using sourced MGP
Okay.
and then transitioned to their own stuff when they had it up to age, which for Chattanooga is quite young. But this is very well done.
Yeah, I'm impressed
Yeah.
for sure.
If
It's a bummer that we can't get it, but that's okay. I'm glad we got to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. Did you say $50?
Yeah.
Okay, if 11 is 80% as good as this for $50, it's a buy. If
Yeah,
the 11th anniversary
Is-
release, yeah, I'm impressed. Chattanooga continues to impress us. I know some people don't love it. I know there's like a maltiness in a lot of the mash bills that they use that some people get put off by, and I totally get that. You know, I come from a little bit of a beer background from back in the day, so I don't mind that. I actually find it quite endearing if it's done well. I can definitely find it off-putting if it's not done well, but
Yeah.
Chattanooga tends to do it well almost all the time. So at this point, it's almost like I'm willing to trust Chattanooga. The only thing I've tried from them that I didn't like was the Cabernet finish single malt that they did. I think it was a single malt.
and I think when you get into finished whiskeys, you are like playing a little bit of a game there, because finishing can be done well, and it can be done well and then also go bad.
Well, I thought I was buying a wine finished bourbon mash bill from them, and it was a wine finished malt mash bill from them. So I did not do my research beforehand, and I got something I wasn't expecting. Yeah. So anyways, this was a lot of fun. If you don't think we made too many errors on this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you like blind tastings, we do them over here all the time. Like the video if you liked it. Hit the bell if you want to join us for a live stream. We do them once a month, and it will let you know when we're going live. You don't have to keep up with it that way, but it's in the video description below if you want to see when the next one is. If you want to like check us out a little bit before
that's like
you
a
subscribe.
VIP trick there. Just look in the video description.
Yeah, we actually use that down there.
Yeah, we do. That's it for today. Be good to each other, and until next time, cheers.